Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another week and another session of It's a Dog's Life. I am
Hey.
joined by a slightly bigger group than last week, where we were very amputated. This time we're only down our American, who is on a 2 week holiday, so he's allowed to be gone. He has made us
Yes.
aware in advance why he can't be here, which is
Yes,
absolutely fine.
yes. The combined body of our role playing group is only missing one arm instead of both of them.
Yes, yes, indeed. And
I can. I'm the fist.
yes, yes, you are in fact the fist, Miss Arun.
Res, because you're the woo.
That being said, we do need a recap of last time quiet because quite a lot happened. So, Chris, would you please?
Yes. Last time on It's a Dog's Life, we having gotten our endorsement from Old Man York, decided to strike out at a couple of potential resources for the evil Sonderbau Incorporated construction company, who would, it was reasonably pointed out, would be hiring third-party contractors with construction machinery in the local area. So, with some clever deduction, we were able to work out the most likely candidates for this. Two companies, one of which was noted for having demolished some student accommodation in recent months, and another that had been responsible for demolishing a tenement occupied by homeless people. We decided, logically, the best way to go would be to demolish damage the machines of the company that had done the homeless tenement demolition,
Well, they
because
weren't homeless, but they were very poor, and many of them did end up homeless as a result of
I see. My apologies. Either way, so yes, of not well-off people, and we reasoned that if they hired the company that had been responsible for dealing with demolishing the student accommodation, which was very poorly received by the populace before, if they're hired for this, and it becomes known to them, it'll kick up more of a fuss in the local population, which will be to our advantage. We went in very sneakily. We did all our damage. We had some epic moments. We had to deal with a very rapidly spreading fire, but we managed to save all the local workers while also damaging most of their machinery. And after this victory, and an opportunity for Frankie to howl out a cry of elation, which was answered by someone else in the pack.
Woo!
It was answered
This
by
is
everyone in the
yep.
pack and someone from outside the pack, in fact.
Yes, sorry. It's the 31st of May 2021. The temperature in England has gone up by a noticeable couple of degrees Celsius, so my brain has decided to stop working properly, ladies and gentlemen.
It's
to
fine.
listen
Don't
to
worry
you.
about it.
I know
It's
that
all
feeling.
good. It's all good.
But
I'm
after
sure
that,
the people. No, go ahead.
yeah. Sorry. After that, we decided we wouldn't bother going for the second one that same night because everything was on high alert. But reconnaissance of the sites to the north, where there were other construction companies, revealed that obviously what we had done was being labelled had been correctly surmised in the local news as sabotage. It was too coordinated to be an accident.
Yep.
So all the construction sites around York, the north of York, the ones we went to look at, have a larger police presence, and we were looking at ways we could work around that. As we were doing this, Barry received a tip-off from an anonymous lady to meet up with someone in the museum gardens at nighttime. When the pack did so, we met with, of all people, one of the vampiric population of York in the form of Michael Neeson of Bruja, who has a complete lack of respect for authority and a complete love of violent demonstration. And he offered these particular services to us in order to distract the majority of the Yorkshire constabulary while we went about our nefarious business, relatively unhindered afterwards, which we cautiously accepted.
Yes.
And that's pretty much where we left off, with our preparing and gathering allies to help us in from among the septs to deal with the second raid. So aside from the pack, I think we've also got... Actually, who have we got? I think we convinced Drains the River.
Yes.
Maria Papadopoulos. And who else? William Fox Freak Branson, I think we reached out to by email and got his...
Yeah, it's to cover electronic presence at the place.
Yep. But was there anyone else? I think those were the only two, weren't they?
Yes, they were the only two.
Yes, so on top of those two, we obviously now also have our pack Arun back with us.
Well, a hell of a bit.
So we're a little bit better equipped to take on a potentially bigger challenge this time.
Yeah, you can. You're,
Yeah, that's
you're,
pretty much where we were.
You're in a position where a physical challenge is not going to be quite as risky with the Arun around. That always helps.
Yes.
The Arun!
Yes, that's yes. It's like howling at the moon. Ah, shite.
That's why I made the joke.
I know. That's why I referenced. That's why I referenced the old campaign again, because we're going to do that a lot. Our rose-tinted glasses affection for a Song of Tara is never going to go away.
And I won't get it.
No, just watch the series. Just watch all 198 videos.
Oh yes, I'm gonna watch. What is that? Like 4 hours a piece? Like fucking.
Yeah.
400 hours of footage.
It's only a couple of weeks of your life. It won't kill you.
I mean.
Anyway.
I will say it's a damn good story.
Yes. Definitely worth
Ladies
it.
and gentlemen of the viewing audience, this is a service announcement. If you haven't, for whatever reason, watched A Song of Tara yet, go watch A Song of Tara. It is worth it.
Stop
Yes.
plugging your own show.
But that's what you're supposed to do. It's our channel. We can plug
Everyone
our own
does
stuff.
it!
Plug
As
our
much
own
as
stuff
you're
as much as we
killing.
want to.
You're being paid by wait, hold on. Sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends.
Oh, God.
I want to
And
state,
NordVPN!
yes, I want to state categorically for the record that we do not actually have any kind of sponsorship, and I
No.
do not expect that we will. But it's a funny joke at the very least.
And if that particular
Subscribe and ring the
game
bell.
offers a sponsorship, the answer will almost universally, I think, will be no. I'm not even sure. I should say almost. I think it universally will be no.
Yeah, unfortunately not. So anyway, yep.
So, I also watched the previous episode to catch up. Which vampire was it again that we talked to?
Michael Neeson.
Michael Neeson.
Right.
Liam Neeson.
No, not Liam Neeson. Liam Neeson as a vampire would be pretty sweet, but at the same time,
I feel like that would suck to be an active vampire.
I
Because
mean,
you have a whole you can never be in the sun, obviously.
yeah.
So yeah.
It is a bit interesting. So this is something I wanted to ask, because vampires are like creatures of the worm, right?
Well, they are, but if their humanity is high enough, they come across as untainted.
Right. Okay. So it depends on the individual then.
It
But,
depends on how beastly they are.
They can basically rise above the worm taint, but they are creatures of the worm on
Right.
as a baseline.
Right. Okay. Well, I guess in this case, we have a chance to have a few rise above. That's good.
More than that, you have a very a potentially very effective distraction for the constabulary, which you would need. There were no less than 6 police cars at the place that you were planning on attacking.
Yeah.
Yeah. So roughly speaking, what's the plan? Like, what do we want to do now?
That is a good question, because it's actually getting to that time of night where you need to head there if you want to make it before
Well, my understanding was that completely by chance, and not something we've agreed with anyone on at all, something would happen elsewhere in the city that would distract the majority of the police cars.
And we have no idea what that was about.
Exactly.
It was weird.
And that would then give us a chance to do our thing.
Right. Okay.
They would basically play interference with the police.
Yeah. But the question then
Not
is
a riot somewhere else.
Yes, the question is, what do we do once they have been, the majority have been led away? Because there will still be some afterwards. They're not going to leave it completely unattended, but...
Turn into Krynos and shock them.
We could consider, it's dangerous, but we could consider entering through the Umbra as a way to bypass, like, normal security, but...
They couldn't be scared because there could be a lot of worm shit there.
I would say
that
while I can see how that might be useful in certain ways, running the risk of running into a Bane, which, let's face it, is a much, much more serious threat than any policeman.
Yeah.
I don't think it's worth it, so...
Yeah, let's be real. If the policemen see us, we just turn into Krynos and we win. Like, that's just the end of that.
That depends. You can be very unlucky that one of them turns out to be a worm dude, and therefore
yes, but
that's...
yes, but that's still only one worm dude compared to, like, a Bane. And even though I have no experience in this system, I'm going to guess that the spooky evil ghost thingies are worse than the worm-infested stuff.
Most of the thing is that basically how you create a Fomori, the worm dude.
Oh yeah, I read up on that.
Yeah, is by having a Bane inhabit them.
Right.
So it's basically possession, and there are Banes of various power and strength. Some of them you could basically swat aside like a bug because they're minute.
But like the one that attacked my parents, like, is probably one of those.
Exactly, but it could also turn out to be something much larger and nastier, and if that's the case, then obviously you're in for a fight.
Is there any so can you take, like, a mirror with you into the Umbra, or does that not work?
Oh yeah. You everything you carry on you would take with you into the Umbra, and there are mirrors in the Umbra as well, for that matter. So I mean, the near Umbra, as it's called, there are deep areas of the Umbra where things get really funky. But in the near Umbra, it's basically a reflection of your own real world, except, as I always put it, it's tilted 10 degrees.
Like, kind of like the Shadowfell from D&D or something.
Something like that. Imagine that you enter into a world that looks a little bit like Tim Burton has thought it up.
Okay.
It's creepy and spooky and not quite right, and at the same time it's very recognizable.
Yeah.
Well, of course, that depends on where you are. If you're in a really worm-tainted place, it'll be even more spooky, scary skeleton stuff.
Oh yeah, then it'll be really awful.
And if you're in a really untouched area, it'll just be very, disconcerting because there's nothing wrong. Like, it's like too natural.
But for the in most cities like York, it's tilted 10 degrees.
Yeah.
That is still super cool.
So,
well, we'll have to. The cameras should be taken care of, so we'll just have to basically, I guess, wait for opportunity to strike and then get in. So maybe we've scouted out, like, a way in beforehand. I don't know.
I think we did look around the area, and
you did look around the area as much as you were able to, but the cops were basically they weren't very cooperative when you were there the day before. They were like, hey, you homeless person, boom, move it, get out of here.
Yeah, I hear you. Yes. Oh, we have a surprise.
We have Thelmid with us. We thought you were still on holiday. Awesome.
I am here.
Hi!
We are
It's
really
our
happy to have
friend.
you here.
Oh, look, our arm's grown back.
Yes,
You're
your
not
arms have
allowed.
grown
You're not
back.
allowed to be here. That's not like. That's not
So-
legal.
That is great. Then you guys are pretty much set to go. I just need to ask you, Thalmud, do you need a recap, or are you up to speed with what happened last time?
I think I'm pretty up to speed. We talked to vampires
Good.
and
Good.
yes.
Yes. Talked to vampires and wrecked a construction yard. Good
Yes.
and proper.
Yes.
So yes, and you are now about to head off for your second night in a row of wrecking construction yards, and you joined just in time for that.
Yes.
Yes, we're just trying to work out how we're going to go about getting in there. And since we only know of one verifiable entrance, well, the way I see it, again, like last time, stealth is to our advantage, so we could try something similar. If we wanted to scout the area out from a different angle, we could also try and do that. See if there's any other entrances, so we could split up to make it a smaller group trying to sneak in. But
I mean, it was a great bait and switch we did last time.
that's true. Alternatively, we could just move in like a bit at a time. But, sneak two of us in, then wait a bit, sneak another two in, wait a bit, sneak the last two in, and then we're done. Last one in, and then we're done.
Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna defer to you, Mr. Alpha.
Yes. Oh lordy.
Yes, you have both the alpha and the beta here.
Yes. Do we have the omega so we can have the beginning and the end?
Hardy har.
Mm-hmm. Oh, if only. Yes, I think Barry will suggest what I've made a point of, that since we only know one entrance, we don't really have the ability to scout out other ones because we'll get turned away. We'll do we'll try and sneak in like two groups. So the first like two or three will get in, try and sneak by, and then if they succeed and get in without any issue, then the other two can follow up, and it just means there's less bodies to be spotted in one go.
All right. Where do you want to go first?
I think best to go first would be. Let me think.
While you think, I'm gonna do a roll.
Okay, what roll are you gonna do? Oh, right, the willpower roll.
Yup. And I've been using up my willpower, so.
Oh no!
Oh, the sun just dipped below the nearby building, and the temperature
no.
dropped
Bliss.
noticeably. In 5 seconds, it dropped like 10 degrees.
Yay!
Mm-hmm.
So good.
Oh, never mind.
Well, you're doing all right.
Yes.
But it's rolling too many.
Oh, right, it rolled all 5. Okay, you
Let's see what happens if I do it the other way around.
yeah.
Oh no!
I'll just try see if it's because of just.
Ooh.
Oh, that's not so good.
Why
Yes.
is there 0? But it's green. Oh, it's because you rolled a 1, 3 on a 10.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so it counts the bottom row, as a as the permanent, and the
right,
other row
okay.
as temporary. I did it the other way around.
Yeah, I would have done the same. Oh well, at least now we know.
So, I'm guessing the second roll is what counts.
Yes, the second roll is what counts, which means that you have flashbacks and not doing well.
Yeah, you have 1 fucking willpower roll, like, evening.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Oh dear.
That does mean that Frankie is much less enthusiastic in her approach and seems distant. Those of you who know her know that this is something that happens from time to time.
How many of us would you say know her?
I'd say you definitely do. And
All right.
Boo definitely does. I'll leave it up to Sander and Molly. If
Probably
you do,
not.
it's probably more because you've heard rather than experienced that she can have periods of not functioning. It's not something she's hidden at the very least, because she did actually bring it up as a reason for her not to apply for Alpha.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, heck.
What's Snoot on hand?
Yes, I think that makes Frankie kind of crouch down and then bury her face and fingers in the boo.
Right, alright. That makes things a little easier. First group, me, Frankie, and Molly.
Hmm.
Second group, Xander and Charlie.
Works for me.
Right.
Okay, so we shall wait for the appointed time.
Yes, and by the time you arrive at the location, the machine park, it is very close to the appointed time. The cops are still there, so presumably the riots haven't started just yet, but it can't be very long until they do. And in fact, basically, a few minutes after you arrive, you see one policeman get out of his car and run to one of the other cars, and they have a very intense conversation there. And then 4 of the 6 cars leave.
Okay. That leaves at least 2 left. Alright.
Yeah, but those are easier to, get around than 6 people. Or 12 people.
That's our cue.
Sneaking around?
Around and in.
So you go not via the Umbra. You go through real space and around the cop cars, and then try to sneak into the yards themselves.
Yes, I will probably, same as last time, because of the dexterity boost, I'm going to switch into Lupus.
Yes.
Yeah, same. Actually, I think Hispo would be just as good, actually, for us.
That's true, it does provide a
Yeah, but it's just way bigger.
It's a rather large form.
Yeah, but it is easier to switch to Kreenos then, so...
That's true.
So
Well, if you want to go, you can go Hispo, and that should be fine.
Frankie will also attempt to go into Lupus, but because she is distracted, she might not succeed.
Well, it is Primal Urge plus Stamina.
Yep, let's...
And you all start out in Homid, so if you're going for Lupus, you need 4 successes to get all the way there.
And the difficulty for Lupus is 6.
Yes.
What plus Primal Urge?
No. Oh no!
Stamina.
Stamina.
Barry ends up in Kreenos.
No. Revert.
Wow,
Frankie makes it all the way there.
Yep. As soon as he sees he's in Kreenos, he's like, nope, going back, and reverts.
So I have the specialty shifting forms. So does that apply here?
Yeah, it does if you roll any 10s. If you roll any 10s, you can roll them on, so to say.
Never mind.
You're doing beautifully there.
Right, yeah, you two are fine. I'm gonna be like, fuck. Right, okay, I'll just have to do it the old-fashioned way.
I think Collie Frankie puts her head against you, like, don't worry, it's gonna be alright, we shouldn't say anything.
Yeah. Demon noises. Yes. Oh goodness me! I didn't realize I didn't realize I was in a pack with an enemy from Dark Souls.
All right, let's see. Did everybody roll?
Xander's not shifting. He's gonna stay in Hamid.
He's going to stay in Hamid. All right. But he's
And I
also
think-
quite stealthy, so.
Yep.
I think. Yes.
And those who wish to sneak in, then give me a dexterity plus stealth roll, and as you expected, the cameras have been fuddled with, so they aren't going to give you any trouble. But there may still be the human eyeball Mark 1 that picks up on something happening, just saying. So there will be a roll.
What is the difficulty then?
Difficulty
We have
6.
to wait. We were not in group 1
Oh, I am.
going in.
Yes, group
I am.
1 first.
Yep.
These guys should upgrade their ocular systems, in my opinion.
Yes.
I mean,
Right.
come on, what are they?
I missed what the
Bunch of
difficulty
lads.
was.
Difficulty 6.
Oh, okay. Roof. Roof.
Vrf.
6, yes.
Ooh,
Don't be
nice
suspicious.
rolling.
Don't be suspicious.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good.
It is a nice set of rolls.
We are
Molly?
being
No.
sneaky.
Did you say you had a specialty, Molly?
Not in stealth.
Okay, no problem. And
I have lightning reflexes, but I don't think that counts.
no, that doesn't apply here.
Yeah.
All right. So, and then I will make a roll here. Come on. Maybe if I actually entered the right thing, it would help. Okay,
That would,
that
probably.
is 2 successes for me to spot someone. So,
Hello.
unfortunately, Barry,
Of course.
not the others. The others managed to get
Fearless leader.
past, but Barry, you do get spotted. And a cop comes out of one of the cars, and he's got his hands on a. You know, I know that the British policemen don't typically carry firearms, but he's got his hands on a gun nonetheless, because, you
Well
know,
done.
the reason why they are here is because there was some serious sabotage going on, so they are in fact armed.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
these are like properly equipped dudes. That's actually
Yes.
kind of scary here.
And he looks towards you and is like, "Hey, you! Stop!"
Oh my god, that was so close to... Stop right there, criminal scum.
Yes.
Which form is Barry in?
Homid.
Hamid.
Oh,
Remember, I trained to Krynos, so I reverted to breed form.
right.
You can always revert to breed form without making a roll.
Mm-hmm.
Do the rest of us hear this?
Yes.
I have an idea.
Okay,
Yep.
you can go first if you want.
And since it's Charlie's idea, it's probably a bad idea.
Do it.
Yes, but
I bowl the man over.
Yes.
oh, no. That is a bad idea.
All right. So you try to body tackle the policeman.
Yep.
All right.
I never said it was a good idea.
Nope. You don't have common
Something
sense, do
happened
you?
because... What?
You don't
I
have
have
common sense, right?
No.
Okay, you have common sense. That's okay. Then I will give Xander a chance to try to stop you when he realizes what you're about to do.
Yeah, I think as Xander is waiting there with Charlie and he's like sees her get up and get ready to run, he's just like nope, and like hugs her. He's like nope,
Yes.
trying to hold her back.
Mm-hmm. I mean, in the same way that you can't push over a Newfie if it's sitting down, I can't imagine you actually being able to stop a Newfie from running if it wants to.
No,
But-
but you might be able to hang on to it and slow it down somewhat, at least.
Yeah.
But
I think it'll be a while until she realizes someone is hanging on her. Like what?
Yeah,
All right.
he's like whisper yelling like Charlie, stop.
in In the meantime,
Yes.
Barry.
I had an idea too. If,
Oh,
you wanna-
let's hear it. Let's hear it.
All right, fair enough.
So because we hear this, so Frankie will basically, quote unquote, step out from hiding because she looks like a collie right now, and they go Raff!
Yes.
As if calling for Barry,
Yes.
like giving him an excuse to be here, basically.
Oh, right. The cop looks over and sees. Let me see if I'll give him a chance to spot the newfie with a man hanging around the neck as well. Just.
Stealth?
Sorry, what?
We do the stealth then?
You can.
Isn't it another post?
If you want to stealth up to him before you try to bowl him over, then sure. Then
That was the idea.
Yep. Okay, go ahead.
What the frick is my stealth? My stealth is gone! Oh
Oh no.
He did it.
no! Alright.
Well, I mean, you are a newfie, so stealth always is gone.
What are you talking about? I'm
And the other
good.
around.
I'm good. Okay. I'm a very stealthy newfie. It doesn't make sense, but just go with it.
We'll go with it. Ooh,
Hey.
4
Oh my
successes.
gosh.
Nice.
I believe in you.
Good roll.
Because
Yes.
of 5 decks.
I
What
know
is
how to
your
do
what is your
hide behind
dex?
the man.
What is your dex specialty?
I don't have a dex specialty.
Oh,
I'm in
oh,
Lucas,
you're in. Oh, right,
so
of course.
I get
Yeah.
+2.
Yeah.
So I have 5 in all at the moment.
And would you flipping believe it? He very nearly makes it, but he doesn't actually.
I mean, it would be weird if you were nearly easily seeing this dog standing off to the side, the size of a fucking horse.
Mhm. But he when he realizes about the collie, he does seem to ease up on as well on his hand stops moving towards his gun. And he's like, "Is that your dog?
Yeah.
Go get it and get out of here."
All right, thanks. I'm on my way. And he rushes over to he hands up. He rushes over to Charlie.
Yeah.
Come on.
Charlie puts on a show off, being like, "Yay, my owner!"
I'm not Charlie.
You found me!
Yes. Are you still going to bowl him over? Because I will let you do that if you want to.
I kinda do. Charlie got an
Xander
idea.
Wall.
He's very stubborn.
All right. Well, go ahead and give me a. That is a Dex plus Brawl.
A Dexy Brawl.
It's
I think this is just confirmation that Charlie has the opposite of common sense. She just has uncommon sense
There you
or
go.
something.
Oh
Holy
my god.
Shoot. And he doesn't see it coming, so roll me some damage.
Ooh, you gotta kill
I
him.
didn't
doesn't
want to
have
kill him. I
common
just
sense.
wanted to pull him over.
You're knocking a man over on pavement, and you're
Oh,
a
shit.
newfie.
Oh shit.
This is not going to be gentle.
I mean, you can. I think the point is, I think if you specify it with like brawling,
It's
you can.
probably bashing damage.
Yeah, you can say it's non-lethal damage. I think.
Oh yeah, you can say and
what
it would be
the-
bashing. It would be bashing damage in this case, but
How did you roll damage?
you roll strength plus an additional die for every success past number 1.
Oh no. I'm sorry, sir.
Don't you
Well,
have
she
like,
still
really
thinks
good-
she's a tiny little puppy, so she's not to blame. Yeah. Oh no, and I'm in lupus, so I get extra strength. Oh no. I'm so sorry, sir. How many more is it?
It's an extra
beats?
4 plus
Oh,
your base strength.
Shit. Fuck.
Yep.
Shit.
And ones don't subtract here, so that's 4
shit.
levels of damage that you do to this guy.
Shit, I'm
It-
sorry, sir.
It's only bashing damage, yes, but he is mortal.
I know.
So this
The
is
idea
going
was
to
just to,
this
distract him.
causes serious injuries to him.
First blood.
Let me see. That takes him down to.
You're not wrong. This is the first NPC. This is the first NPC we've actually done damage to. So this is technically first blood.
It is.
Exactly.
It is. Now, if I could just remember, where are the health levels listed?
It would take him down to wounded,
Yes.
-2.
Yeah.
But on bashing, it would have been worse if it was lethal, but it's bashing.
Yeah. But it's
If
still...
I fill it up with bashing, he gets knocked out. If it was lethal, he would die.
You hear him fall over, and you hear a crunch as he tries to stop his fall with one hand, and something snaps, something breaks.
Oh dear.
So you've just broken the man's arm.
Oh no.
Oh, well, at least it's not his neck.
No, it's not, but he does scream out in pain.
Oh,
God
that'll
damn it.
grab the attention of all the others.
Yeah.
Ouch.
His comrade in the car comes after him. I'm going to assume that when you realize you can't stop the Newfie, that you let go, Xander.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes. So they don't actually spot you. They just see the gigantic mutt. And the other person comes out of the squad car, having just seen this dog. For all intents and purposes, he doesn't know any better. He thinks that you've mauled his comrade, his partner. He comes out.
Hey, boys.
He comes out and he pulls his gun on you.
Ooh, hello.
Well, I mean,
Guess we're going Krenos.
I have no idea how much she recognizes a gun. I think she knows what it is, but I don't think she's ever been at the business end of one.
No, probably not, but you do know that they're bad.
Then they must be bad men when they use guns.
Yep.
So...
that is quite the logic.
And so that's two of them. There's two cars here, so there should be like two other cops.
The other cops are a little bit further away, but they are exiting their car as well. They haven't drawn their weapons because they're not quite sure what has happened. They haven't been close enough to spot it. But what you can also see is that one of the guys from the other car is holding in his hand what can only be a communication device. You know, the radio from the
Walkie-talkie
car.
thingies?
Yeah, he's the car radio, basically.
Yeah.
So,
well, that sucks.
So I got past, and Frankie got past as well, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
You
but
guys
Frankie
are
went back.
past, and you're in.
I'm gonna start wrecking shit then.
Yep, good. Get on with the mission.
The realize for the first time! Murder!
Yeah, pretty much. Basically,
okay.
the thing I want to do is basically just shift into Krenos and then just find whatever will allow me to do the most damage in a very short amount of time. Ideally, a lot of fuel or something. Or like,
I'm sure you guys recognize this.
Recognize what? Ooh!
What am I looking at? Oh no!
It
begins.
is time for initiatives.
It's time to duel.
Oh,
so how
on
do we
combat
roll this?
settings, there is an initiative button. It just has to be dex and wits, and then you just click it.
Yes.
And then it'll show you what your initiative is down at the bottom.
initiative.
At the very top, there's basic attributes.
Yeah.
And just one.
Yes.
Oh yes,
And
I see
then-
initiative. Dexterity and wits.
So let us see.
Holy fuck!
Ooh, go Molly!
You guys have very, very good initiatives. We roll this.
Oh my
Let's see.
god. Oh my god. I have the worst joke. I have to say it. Do you think she went boo at him?
Yes, I do.
Okay,
Um,
that is, on the other hand,
where's
some
the
pretty
initiative button?
seriously bad rolls. The one
Oh,
who
there it
rolled
is.
a 1 is the guy who's rolling around on the ground and is
I wonder why.
with
I
his broken
have a-
arm.
I have a quick question about initiative, if it's
Yes,
okay.
go ahead. Go ahead.
So is initiative only rolled once per combat, or
Yes.
is it? Okay, so let's say I now switch to Krenos, which reduces my dexterity. Does that also reduce my initiative?
No, you roll your initiative in the form you're in when the fight
Okay.
starts, and that's your initiative for the rest of the fight.
Okay.
And then you have to spend actions, maybe,
Yes.
in fight.
Yes.
There are some that are luckier because we took the right kinds of merits. Wah, 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 wah. But yeah.
Okay.
Let's see.
Actually, I'm probably faster in Hispo. I should probably just look around in Hispo first.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. Well, it's nice to know that when push comes to shove, you're there for your pack, Molly.
I mean, our job is here, so.
This is true,
And-
and I think.
And you guys will be fine. It's 4 guys.
Yeah, I suppose we have to accept. We have to accept the fact that we're compromised. So we might as well just get these guys out of the picture.
Like, just switch to Kreenos and you'll see all of them fall flat on their face. It's fine.
Maybe we will. Maybe we won't.
I mean, if you need help, you can always just scream like, "Oh no, we need help!"
Police brutality.
But don't worry, I'll cause a distraction in just a moment.
Sure.
There we go.
I'm sure they'll.
I think we need.
Still need a few more.
You need Xander and Molly's initiative.
Yes,
Yeah,
we
I'm
need
at
Sander
18.
put in here as well. Yes,
Twice for the look of it.
You just have to write it in.
I will do that.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Perfect.
Yes.
Maybe slightly large.
There we
Just
go.
slightly.
There we are.
Molly
yes.
has to be top.
There we go.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is the top dog.
I mean, I'm not alpha.
No,
But-
no.
Oh, yeah, just as,
Yeah, the crown
So
was
there we
offered.
biggest one with the biggest teeth.
Yeah,
So
true.
Well, not the
So-
biggest one, I'm sorry, that's me.
we declare in opposite order as always. So I will start with the guy with the broken arm. He is going to spend this turn rolling around on the ground, ending up on his back, trying to get a
bad.
hold of his gun with his unbroken hand. But that's going to take him a whole round. And then it's the next guy up here is the one not holding the radio, but from the other car.
Yep.
He is going to. Yeah, he will pull his weapon as well and shoot, because something is definitely happening over there. And this guy is going to take this number. The copper number 2 is the one who is partnered with the one with the broken arm, and he is also taking a shot. And then it's Sander. What do you want to do with your turn?
Xander is going to sneak around to the cop car and see if there is another firearm in there that he can
use.
that he can use.
All right. And Frankie, what are you going to do with your turn? Oh, and remember, by the way, guys, if you want to spend rage, to let me know.
Oh,
Yeah,
right.
that
Rage
is-
you spend rage for extra actions.
Yeah, guess what I'm doing?
Yeah, I'm kind of guessing.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure. She basically tackled him right after we were spotted, so we didn't get time to get in.
No.
I'm tempted to just stare in bewilderment, but that's not very helpful.
Indeed, it is not.
You don't have to be helpful, you just have to play a character.
Yeah. So you're gonna be confused and not do anything the first round?
Yeah. Frankie's gonna be confused. Her mental state is already frayed.
Yeah.
And now she's just like, what?
And okay, so and then we're to cop number 1. He is the one with the radio, and he is going to report in what is going on, or at least He's going to start reporting in what is going on. It'll take him 2 turns to complete the report. Then it is Barry. What are you going to do?
Well, I'm sorry. No, did anyone say they were going after the guy with the radio?
Nobody
No.
has gone after any of the cops yet.
Well, that's just...
It hasn't been our turn at the moment. It's you first, then it's me, then it's Molly, right? Like,
Yeah, well, Molly's inside
half the group is after, but we react before them.
Yeah. I think I'll start by spending an rage.
Yes. You're spending a single point, okay.
Yeah, just to be safe.
What are you going to do with your first action, then? We'll get to rage actions after we've completed the first set of actions.
Sure.
Might, so I was about to say, it might be good to play it like an R or something.
Yeah. There we go.
I'm gonna go for the I'm gonna go for the guy with the radio.
You're going to go for the guy with the radio. Okay, he is quite far away. It'll take you a full action to reach him. Because they are by the other car.
I see.
Well, still.
Yeah, I mean, it's a perfectly valid thing to do. I
Yeah,
am
we
just
all
going to
hear-
point out that there are 2 people with guns and that they are both pointing them at your lupus who is in breed form.
This is true. In that case, maybe that's... If I had common sense, which I don't think I do.
You do.
Do I?
Were you the only one who bought it?
That was me.
I feel like Xander was the one, yeah.
Well, we have someone who's smart. The dude that has seen life knows what's going on. The one who had the life before becoming a werewolf.
Yes.
The
Yeah.
proto boomer.
Shut up.
So,
Hold on a second. I'm going to check that. I'm going to check that myself. Where am I married? Oh, I see. It's because it's static setting. No, I don't have it. So in that case, with that in mind, I'll probably go for. I'll go for the. All right, so I'll go with the radio. We'll let someone else deal with it. I will go for the one who's standing up with his gun pointed at Boo.
yes, the one who basically the guy who just came out of the car.
Yeah.
Where the one with the
yeah.
broken arm also came from.
I must admit, I'm tempted to live up to my name and pick up Frankie while she's in Lupus and just yeet her at the cops.
You know what? Feel free.
Please do.
In fact, yeah, go on. Let's make it a recurring character thing. I will pick up Frankie and just throw her bodily at this man's head.
But
taking
you're
her for a
in Hamid,
vampire.
right?
Yeah.
You don't have the strength to do that.
Could I change into? Could I change?
Yeah, but that's you can change into another form, but that requires a roll.
Oh, in that
that's
case,
an
I won't
action.
live up. I won't live up to my name just yet. Then I'll just go for it. Just fucking have it.
Yeah, sure. Boo, what are you going to do?
Me?
Yep.
The dude under me was grabbing for his gun, right?
Yes, but it's going to take him the whole turn to get a hold of it.
Okay,
Sits
then
on
he's
him.
less of a problem. Then there were another guy close to me who had a gun, right?
You are actually quite smack dab in the middle between Copper number 2 and Copper number 3, who both have their guns out. Copper number 3 is the one who is the furthest away from everyone else. But you are equidistant to him and number 2.
Alright. Let's see. Well, there are several things I can do. Not all of them are good ideas.
Just do what's best. Just do what Boo would do, regardless of common sense.
What would Boo do?
What would you
You know what? We might as well see if we can get a strike. I tried to actually take down the rest of them. Just run into them.
Okay, so you're charging at which one of them? Because
The middle one, hoping that he'll flail enough to knock the two others over.
no, but there isn't a middle one. There are two police cars. They're quite far apart.
All right.
And you are right in the middle
And
of
closest one.
between the two of them.
Yeah, the closest one.
Okay, but as I said, you are the same distance from number 3 and number 2. You are right in the middle between the two cars.
Then the dudes
Over
I
3.
already called over as a partner.
Partner, all right, no problem.
Partner boy.
Yes, that's number 7. Or sorry, number 7, number 2, the one who
Wait,
goes on 7.
I have an equal distance to everyone, right?
Yeah.
And then I'm going for the dude that has the thing in his hand and about to talk to people.
Okay, that's number
copper
1.
one.
Yeah, copper 1, exactly. All right. And then it's Molly. What are you going to do?
Yes. I have a number of things in my head. I was thinking, okay, so what I want to do is get inside, find something to like do a lot of damage. Do a lot of damage. And yeah, like that would be the first step, let's say. I'm willing to spend a bunch of rage
Yes.
on that. I don't know how much that would be.
I am going to guess that what you want to do is you want to be in Krenos for this, right?
Well, I want to find the thing first before I'm going to Krenos.
Okay, the thing is you are standing inside the compound, so I can describe that to you so you have a better idea
Sure.
of what you're dealing with. That's probably a good idea, actually.
Yes.
You are looking at about 20 vehicles. This is not quite as large a place as the one that was attacked yesterday, but it does look like all the material here, all the equipment here, is pretty new and pretty top-notch stuff.
Yeah.
There are bulldozers and cranes and so on, just like there was in the other place.
Yeah.
And there is a building here, but there's no light in there, so there's no security of their own. Basically,
Yeah.
they've been relying on the cops to keep the place safe. There is a tool shed, or what you assume to be a tool shed, where you might find some hammers or something to smash things with. But quite frankly, again, if you're in Krenos, you're equipped with claws,
Yeah.
and that's probably just as effective.
Anything that looks like it might go boom.
There is a building. It's got an electrified fence around it.
Perfect.
But there is a building with a petrol tank
Okay.
within it.
Okay, so here's my idea. I want to get in one of the demolition machines
Yes.
and drive it into this electrified fence and through into the
All right. So you need to
petrol.
hotwire one of the vehicles then.
Yes.
Fair enough. So that's your first. That's your action in turn 1 is to do that.
Yes, I think
All right.
so.
All right. But that's cool because you go first. This is the reason why you this is the first time you've tried combat in this system. The reason why you declare in reverse order is basically it means that those with the highest initiative will know what everyone else is doing and they can respond to it.
Yeah.
So you get to act first, and in this case you need to roll me.
Hold on.
Yes, sure.
Do I have to spend the rage if I do this? By the
No,
way?
no.
Okay.
A rage point wouldn't help you in this situation.
Okay, so I can't like spend a rage to immediately, like, so I hotwire the vehicle. That takes me an
yes,
action, right?
That takes you an action, yes.
Yeah. So could I spend a rage to then take another action to immediately drive it into the?
Well, get started on it anyways, but
Yeah.
yeah. Yes, you could do that if you. Yes, I will
Yes.
allow that.
Okay, I'm gonna do that.
Okay, sure. Spending a rage point.
Yes.
But the rage actions come after we've completed the first set of actions.
Sure.
So
Just
we need
just
you
wanted to have that said.
Yes, absolutely. So we need you to roll intelligence plus larceny.
Yeah. Intelligence plus larceny. Larceny. I don't see it. Let's stand this. Difficulty?
Difficulty is 6.
Yeah.
You realize something when you try to do this. You're doing everything right, but the petrol tank in this vehicle is empty.
Yeah, that makes sense.
They have actually made sure to drain so that they can't burn as easily after what happened the day before. They have drained the tanks of their vehicles.
Come on, taking all the fun away from us.
Okay. Let's see. I'm not gonna refuel this thing.
No, and you would need to get through the electrified fence to do so anyway.
Yeah, let me think for a second, because I still have spent the rage points. So.
Yeah, but we will get to that after the first... Basically, this was the first
okay,
action.
like that.
Then
yeah,
it's
okay,
the next,
yeah.
and when we have completed everyone, then we go back and start declaring in reverse order for the rage.
Right.
So, Boo, you are going to Newfie the guy with the radio.
Get noofed!
Alright. Go for him. Give me a roll.
Yeah, I'm bowling the poor man over. I'm good at it.
Yes, you are.
Maybe I can get a tilt.
Yes. Try not to break this one's arm or anything else important.
I'll break whatever I need to break if it means that they go away.
Okay.
I think that's probably a clever thing. I mean, they have clearly seen you, Barry. 4 successes, so you roll me some damage, and you have 3 extra successes to roll there.
Poor dude. That was...
Actually,
3 extra?
Actually, just give me a second. I need to check something in a hurry.
He might actually, try to do some things to not get bowled over.
Yeah, there is that, but there's something else as well, which I just very horribly may have done wrong. We'll see. Because I think... yes. Ladies and gentlemen of the viewing audience, this is another service announcement. It has been a while since I've run combat in this system, as you can probably tell, and consequently I may have made a boo-boo.
Uh-oh.
I may, in fact, have made a slight boo-boo.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Here we go. Yes. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I did. We'll let it fly with the guy with the broken arm, because let's not go back and retcon that. That'll get very messy by now. Basically, what you do is... he can soak, obviously, because it's only bashing damage. Even mortals can soak bashing damage. But you don't actually roll your damage. You just do it. So, what is your strength? In this form?
It's 5.
is 5, and you do an extra 3 successes. So you are basically doing 8 points of damage to the man.
Oh no.
Oh god.
Oof.
Yeah, I have 8 boxes, but that's because I'm huge.
Yeah.
Some people only has 7.
So what does that
I never did
mean?
them out.
It means that if he doesn't succeed on this, he is in real trouble.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have a feeling I'm getting it with the newspaper later.
He soaks 2 of them, which
Oh, okay.
means he takes 6 points of damage.
Okay, so here, arm's still broken.
So, what?
Does that-
As I said, never mind the guy with the broken arm. We're not retconning anything there. This is
Oh,
Copper
okay, I'm
1.
gonna throw over there. He would have taken 9. Ugh.
Jesus,
So
yeah.
this is Copper 1
with the radio, yes.
with the radio. And what happens here is you go for him. He can see you coming.
Yep.
And he does the logical thing, really, in that situation, is he tries to shield behind the car door.
Uh-huh.
The problem is, of course, that a Newfoundland is already a huge animal, and you have huge size. So when you crash into the door, it slams into him, knocks the back of his head into the edge of the top of the car, and bends him over in a pretty bad way. So you break both his legs and you give him a severe concussion.
Alright, well, he's not getting up anytime soon.
No.
That's yeah.
And the reason why I'm doing it this way, or the reason why I'm saying it, it's because basically the point here is humans are squishy.
Yes.
Humans are the squish.
Humans are extremely squishy.
Just because it's bashing doesn't mean it's bruises. There's a reason they go down to the same kind of minus as lethal would do, right?
Exactly.
One is just like being stabbed, and this one is being bashed around.
Alright, so yeah. That's where we're at.
It also kind of reminds me of how fucking not to deal with a ragabash either.
Yeah. And I will read up some more on this before next time. But I'm because I believe that against superhumans and so on, you will still roll your damage, but against mortals, it's they just can't take the damage.
All right.
But I'll read up on that before next time. So
right.
In this case, this guy is certainly down for the count.
Well, at least they won't be radioing for backup anytime
No,
soon.
that is very true. Barry, it's your turn.
Right, I'm still going for that same guy.
Yes, the one with the copper 2, basically.
Yes, he has a split second to think. Hold on, that dog's no longer there. Before suddenly getting a Barry's fist in his face.
Mm-hmm.
Giving him a fist in.
Give me a roll. He doesn't see you coming.
Okay. Just
Because
brawling, yeah.
He's 100% focused on the dog. Yes, it's brawling plus dexterity.
Okay, give me a second. All these dice pools I need to so let's say brawling, dexterity plus brawling, difficulty
6.
6.
What? You take a wild swing and a miss.
Oh dear! Oh no! I would have to have spent a willpower before to make an automatic success.
Yes, you would have.
All right, fair enough. Well, that's okay. So basically, he's able to avoid it, is it?
Yes, he is.
That's the shame. Well, it's a good thing I've got that
and
range.
He
action.
rolls willpower to see if he maintains his focus on shooting, and I roll 4 successes.
Because of course you do.
Because of course I do. So he's still going to shoot.
Okay.
This is... Then it is... Frankie, you spent your turn being confused.
Yeah, super useful.
Yes, no problem. Xander, you wanted to sneak over to the cop car to see if there was a gun in there that you can get your hands on.
Exactly.
Sneaking is perhaps a little moot right now. The cops are by their cars and they're very aware of what is going on, but you can definitely run over there and see if there is a gun.
Yeah.
If you want to, but if you want to remain hidden, then that's going to be you can still try, or you can always try, but the difficulty is going to be catastrophically high.
Yeah, I guess. I'm probably closest to Copper 4, right?
You're closer to Copper. You're actually closer to Copper 2. He is still standing right by the car, whereas Copper 4 is a few meters away from the car and on the ground.
Right. Fuck it. I'm just gonna run up and swing a punch at Copper 2.
All right, that is changing your action. You can do that, but it costs you a willpower point to change your action.
Okay. That works for me.
So yes, so you run over and take a swing at number 2.
All right.
Okay. You hit him.
Yay!
And that is dexterity
And brawl.
and brawl. So yes, and so that's 2 successes. That's +1 to your. What is your strength?
4.
So that's
wait, no,
5
3.
damage I need to soak.
3. So it'd be 4 total.
Oh, 4 total. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So that is 4 that I need to soak. And I'm just going to give them all the same stats because it's easier. Oh, he only soaks 1. So you land a very good solid hook on the man, and he takes 3 points of damage.
Nice.
That certainly gives him pause. He will need to make another roll, actually, to maintain his focus, which he doesn't, because this time I roll 2 1s as well as 2 successes. So he has to spend a willpower point to change his action. It's now his turn. He spends a willpower point then, and he tries to take a shot at either of the 2 guys who came at him, because you're suddenly a lot closer than the dog.
Right.
The question is whether it's going to be Barry or Xander. So let's say I roll 1d10, and evens it's Barry, and odds it's Xander.
Sounds fair.
Evens,
Poor Barry.
so it's Barry.
Shite!
Yes, right. He takes a pot shot.
Alright, good for him.
Well, he gets 2 successes.
Alright.
So, and the gun is difficulty, the gun is damage 4. And the thing about guns is this is the thing. This is how this is why I suddenly became uncertain of the damage system, because this is how guns always worked. So you have to soak 5 points of damage.
5 points of damage.
Yes, and oh wait a second, this is lethal damage, and you're
Yes.
in Homid.
Yes.
You can't.
Oh no.
Alright,
You're in
so
your
I'm
breed form, so you take 5 points of damage.
I am mauled.
Yes, the gunshot rings out, and the bullet tears into you.
Right. Well, it's a good thing I've got that rage action saved up, because I know just what to do with it.
Mm-hmm. And this, I should say, is precisely the reason why one should never enter combat with someone with firearms when you're in either Lupus or in Homid. The 2 extreme forms don't heal, and they can't soak.
Yep. Yes, who says we don't provide an educational service for our role-playing audience?
Yes, that is true. So, that is copper number 2. Copper number 3 is in a really... He can't shoot at the 2 guys who's attacking his comrade because he risks hitting his friend. The dog is on the other side of the car, so he can try to shoot the dog, but it's at a much higher difficulty. Because you basically he has to avoid hitting his broken-legged friend while shooting over the car.
Yeah.
So he tries and hits.
Oh, God's sake.
That's 5 points of damage for you, Aya.
Oof.
Alright. Well, I'm better off than
Yeah, because
The
you
other guys.
have an extra health level, but it's still, it hurts terribly, obviously. And
where the frick is it? Scroll. There.
And it should be said that by the end, the guy on the ground manages to now he manages to get his pistol or his service pistol, but he is using it one-handed and from a prone position. The chances of him hitting anything are not exactly great.
You say it now, but of course he's going to hit something.
All right, fair enough. We are going to rage actions.
That's right.
I should also point out that at this point, Molly, you realize that there is already a werewolf in the compound. You spot Drains the River in Krenos form going at one of the trucks in here, tearing off the tires.
I mean, good on her then. In that case, I thought for a second it was a Black Spiral Dancer.
Oh no!
No,
no.
That comes later in the campaign.
I'm not that evil.
Yeah, no, that's fine then. In that case, it is my turn, right?
We declare in reverse order. So Barry, your rage action, what do you spend it on?
Changing form to Krenos.
Yes, fair enough. And then Molly, what do you do with your rage action?
So I was wondering, the specialization shifting forms, does it allow me to be quicker about it, or does it still cost an action?
It still costs an action. It just means that if you roll any 10s, you're allowed to roll those 10s on
Right.
for more successes.
Yeah. Okay. I think what I'll do, if I'm allowed, is pull the handbrake, so it's loose.
Yes.
And then switch to Krenos.
Yeah, you can,
once I'm outside. Like, I assume I can do that in like.
Yeah, you can do it.
Um,
I'll let the pulling or releasing the handbrake be a free action because you can change form while you're doing that.
Yeah. So change. There we go.
There you go. That is enough.
Yeah.
3 successes. That gets you all the way where you need to go.
Nice.
Yep.
So you are in Krenos.
Cool.
And Barry, you are in Krenos as well.
I do change to Krenos, yes.
Yes, you
Because
do. Because you,
desperation, I want to heal.
yes, that makes sense. And you start. That is the point. You will start to heal as of next round. You will heal 1 per round.
Excellent.
But there is also, of course, now the issue that you are presenting Krenos to mortals. They see you.
That is an issue.
Yeah.
It is, but they
They
are.
might
as
just get scared.
You've also seen their willpower rolls, and as I said, they are all equipped with the same stats. So none of them have high enough willpower to remember you in the morning, basically. So it's a valid way of doing things.
Yes.
Might be best.
Yes, and the basically that unless you guys want to continue the combat, it ends there because the cops see Barry and go catatonic.
Yeah.
Oh, well, if they just flop over, then there's no reason to continue.
Yeah. Exactly.
You might want to. Yeah.
maybe we just all say our intent or something. I don't know, like what we were planning to do.
Yeah, sure.
Because I was planning to once now that the thing has been released from the handbrake, I want to Chris Redfield it into the into the
So you're gonna push it
petrol
basically.
station.
Yeah.
I want to punch this thing. Yes.
You boulder punching asshole.
Yes, exactly. No, I mean realistically, I'm probably just pushing it, but I wanted to make that reference.
Yes.
All right. So you're pushing it into the petrol tank, and
yeah, just breaking everything ahead. That's the idea.
All right.
Yeah.
Xander would like to appropriate a firearm from one of the police.
Yes, you managed to. Not that they have any in the cars. You realize that they only have the firearms that they are equipped with, but that is enough because, as I said, the whole lot of them basically go the moment they see Barry.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, probably like a Glock or something.
Right, and you see like Xander quickly like check everything, and then he goes and grabs extra ammo from the other police.
Makes me wonder why we didn't do that in the first place.
Because it's risky.
Well, let's move quickly then.
Yeah. Boo, are you okay?
Rough.
Change form, you daft bastard.
I think inside you just hear a lot of scraping
in
noises.
the air and she just fucking limps past you. Nah.
Alright, in that case, if she's gonna be obstinate about it, then I'll do my bit. I'll spend a gnosis and use Mother's Touch on Boo as she passes by.
Alright.
So I need to roll, let's see, intelligence plus empathy.
You
Wait a
can do
second.
it.
You can do it.
Also, Joan,
Yes.
while Xander takes the firearm while they're in the construction site, he's gonna look for a file or something and rip the serial number off the gun.
Oh yeah, that is actually a very smart move, and you can easily do that in there because, as I said, there was that tool shed.
Yep.
And there isn't a you know, like a file, but there's one of those, you know, like a grinder, an electric grinder.
Yep.
That you can use to do the exact same thing much faster.
Guess that's not happening then.
I just realized something that whoever, you know, didn't hit something forgot.
What?
We have a nice little pack trait where we get automatic successes per pack member in combat per session.
This is true. We should remember that in future.
You can remember to use those automatic successes if you want to.
I were about to use resist pain if it continued, then I can just ignore wound penalties.
Yes.
While healing up for a scene.
Still, my Mother's Touch is useless. So
yeah, but you are in breed form right now, and then Boo, and you don't heal in breed form.
Oh, she knows. She just got prideful.
Oh, okay.
Like, no, turn into something else, you daft thing. Nah. But it won't be long before she does, though, because she needs to help murder shit inside the room.
She waits until she's out of sight of Barry and thinks, right, he can't see me, and then changes, and then he just comes down the corner. It's like,
no, she has to turn into something stronger to help murder shit inside, right?
Yeah.
So, my guess is that what you do is you all go Krenos and all help out with Molly and drains the river inside the compound.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm setting a fire.
Hurry up.
Yes.
Yeah, we should probably hurry a bit.
Yes.
If there's an option to do it, I make sure there's a trail that leads from the petrol tank to the rest of the building. I'm destroying this place. We're doing this properly.
Yeah.
Molly is having way too much fun.
Yes.
Apart from the bullet lodged in your gut somewhere.
I said Molly, not Charlie.
Oh, shot Molly. Sorry.
I mean, like if you want to try and shoot me.
All right.
I think
So you.
at one point, once we're done destroying things, Xander will greet River.
Jesus.
What was that?
Yes.
Scooter thing, not scooter, but a bike.
Oh,
Motorbike.
Yes. There's always a
I
bunch
shall-
of assholes here coming through on way too loud motorbikes.
obviously. What else would they do?
Something protected.
And for the record, I have found the thing I looked for in combat resolution.
Nice.
The way it's going to be is the way that you saw me resolve combat in this particular fight is how we're going to do it when you're up against mortals, because it is a house ruling, but it is something which I have always felt was necessary. Is that in the world of darkness, mortals aren't squishy enough. By and large.
All right.
Mhm.
So because it's basically, they say that you can't, they try to represent it by what you can and you cannot soak, but it doesn't really work all that well. So basically, what I'm going to say is, if you get hit by something supernatural, you don't do a damage roll. You just automatically succeed on all your damage dice. If you're going up against something that is supernatural, then you would roll for damage the way that Aya did on the first when she bowled over the guy who ended up with a broken arm.
Okay.
So it's simply to illustrate that you guys you're able to walk through companies of men in Krynos form. Basically.
Yes.
And especially to illustrate the fact that, Werewolf versus Human is not fair.
It's not fair. Exactly.
But he was even in breed form, and that was still not fair.
It's still not fair. So yes, I will definitely. That is how we're going to handle it going forward. But,
All right.
There we go. And you guys are. You guys are going to town on the car park in here of this company as well, ruining and wrecking. You are wrecking several £1 million worth of heavy equipment.
Whoops.
Yeah, as somebody might say, let's hope that they have good. They have good insurance, eh? Because otherwise, they're definitely going out of business.
Yeah, bad people.
And
At least if you ask Charlie. They have some really annoying cards.
It takes you all of about the guy on the radio didn't manage to radio in anything for help because Boo took him out so quickly. Nice. So he never got to explain what was going on. And consequently, no help has been sent to reinforce the guys who are down outside. But you guys are still, after about 10 minutes worth of rampaging through this place, you realize you probably need to split, because it won't be long until somebody arrives with all the noise that you're making. And
oh, definitely. Like, as soon as the fire's starting, Molly's like, well, that's a good job, see ya, and just fucks off.
Yeah. My guess is that if you're doing things the way you did the night before, you're ruining the vehicles and then lighting things on fire.
Yes. I think Molly's probably, like, being kind of very methodical about the fire thing, while the others are, like, ruining the vehicles, probably.
Yeah. All right, So you get you eventually set fire to this yard as well, and take off. And Drains the River is obviously there, and once you get outside, she takes a look at the coppers who are down and in 2 cases pretty badly injured, and she looks back to you guys and goes, "Oof, that could have been cleaner."
Well, mistakes were made, things spiraled.
Charlie pretends she ain't there.
Also, I'm really tempted to make a spiral pun.
So, fair enough.
Yeah, Charlie is pretending she ain't there. She's doing the dog thing of, I'm not here.
Yeah, I think Xander is pointedly looking at Charlie.
I'm not here. I don't know what you're talking about.
I mean,
it was definitely another enormous canine who bowled into the. Yep.
I mean, it could have been cleaner, but you know, not the end of the world.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, objective accomplished, right? But at the same time, did any of them see you? I mean, it's probably an idiotic question, all things considered, but did any of them see you guys?
Didn't see me. Don't think so.
Tummy crawl away like nope.
They saw me, I'm afraid.
Ah, shit.
I suppose me and Lupus, but
Well,
No,
I did clock one of the cops, so he may have got a good look at me.
That's
Yeah.
not great.
They're going to be looking for you guys. They might not remember the details of when they passed out and all that, but they're probably going to at least eventually remember
Yeah.
what they saw before that.
Okay, so we need a safe house then.
Yeah. Haha.
I mean, I don't know why you think that's funny.
And it's being sarcastic, love.
Yeah. Why are
Safe
you being
house.
sarcastic?
We're homeless. Safe house. Besides, point is, it seems like me and Sandy might not be able to go back to St. Benedict's anytime soon. Then
You realize
Yeah.
safe house doesn't mean anything fancy, right?
I know. Just have to.
I don't know, like Xander, you used to be like a soldier or something, right?
Yeah, I served.
Yes. Don't you know anything about like hiding from authority kind of thing? Yeah, safe houses.
I think because Xander does have one point of resources in his background, so I think he like side eyes everybody and then tells Barry he's like, I do have a place we can stay.
Oh, yeah, I asked you. Why are you talking to Barry only?
You can come as well, kid.
Yes.
All right. It's a good step as any.
what did you have in mind?
Well, I
Sandy,
yeah.
what did you have in mind?
There's, well, I do have a place I'm able to stay every once in a while, so that's where I planned on going.
Is it family?
Barry and the kid can go. No family.
Good, because that's probably where they'd look first if they remember you.
Yeah, they remember me.
Sucks.
It does, but the situation is what it is. You just have to make do. The rest of you can go. The rest of you will be safe to head back there at least. Back to St. Benedict's, I mean. But yeah, let's get out of here. Not feeling. Not quite as nice a feeling as it was the night before.
Yeah.
I mean, you tell me, I wasn't there, but honestly, I'm feeling pretty good about that. And like, I think she looks back and you see like this glow in the background.
Yeah.
I think Xander scowls. Like, this operation could have went a lot fucking better. And he, like, looks at Charlie again.
Oh, she's already Tommy crawling away like, no, I did it bad.
She didn't mean bad, I'm sure.
No, I
No.
did. Charlie shouldn't have fucking rushed off.
Well, I mean, you're not wrong, but
It was a
Anyway,
situation
what's done is done.
improvised. I
Yeah.
suppose that's what will happen, right?
yeah. I mean, if you're that worried about it, Xander, you are the one with training. Charlie's like 5 years old, so you know you could teach us some tricks, like the soldiering tricks.
I
That they're
think
like-
the first thing we should probably do, Drains the River says, is get away from here. Because in a few moments, this place is going to be crawling with all manner of people, including ones with cameras.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Let's go.
I agree.
We'll discuss it later.
I figured we
Charlie-
were a bit away, to be honest, when we were
Yes.
talking.
Oh, we need to get even more away than that, I fear.
Yeah.
And Drains the
Everybody
River
in
makes
the-
it clear that she's heading back to the Sept. That's where she's going.
Alright.
Yeah. So, Xander and Barry, you're going to like wherever Xander's place is, I guess.
Yeah, we're gonna head there. It's, don't get your hopes up. It's not that nice.
Doesn't need to be. What about the rest of us? What do we do? Do we come with? I mean, it's going to be more noticeable, more people's there.
I was considering taking Charlie and calling it a night, honestly.
Yeah, it's fair enough. I think we've done plenty. There's like a smirk on her face, and it's like, yeah.
Would that be alright then?
Yeah. Just take care of yourselves. And we'll meet up when we
Always.
can. We'll meet up when we can.
She nods. Charlie!
Pets slowly after.
Going home to see Keith now.
Slowly follows.
So,
I
You
think
guys-
when Charlie gets away,
Instantly
Xander
ashamed.
punches something in frustration.
There we go. Beautifully said.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile,
Thousands of miles away.
Oh no!
oh, that's a
I didn't
long
mean
way.
to run that far.
I mean, over in Germany, there's like some boardroom going, curse, the wolves have struck a blow against us again, man. Like, holding this sack, like,
Me.
Next time, Gadget. Next time.
yeah.
Yes. Perfect.
all right. So if we're going to split up for the night, do we want to do we want to cover first?
Do we want to
Let's deal with the people who are heading for the quote unquote safe house first.
Yes, the hope the perhaps safe, perhaps not house. We'll see.
Yep.
All right. So Xander, you're leading the way. We have no idea where this is. So
Right. And it's probably just somewhere that it's just a rundown hole in the wall that he that he sleeps at. So
Yep. But it is out of the way, and it is at least on paper, safe. It's. I'm imagining that it's like a room in a basement somewhere.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
So it's an unlisted place because it's, strictly speaking, it's being, it's not fit for human occupation or something like
Right.
that.
Yeah. But like according to the definition of most of society, we are not human. So
No, that's true. You're Guru.
Yeah.
Mwahaha.
yeah.
So, once we get when we get there and Barry he's like,
Oh, fuck me, luxury.
You're more than welcome to stay here as long as you need to, Chief.
Well, it depends on how long the cops are going to be looking for some random hobos.
Well, I mean, after all that as well.
Yeah.
That's the thing. They're probably going to be looking for a very long time because they had people who got hurt. Not killed, but hurt.
Mhm.
Well, if I had the money for it, I'd look at a change of clothes and maybe get a shave. They wouldn't recognise me if I was clean shaven.
That's a good idea. And he like rubs his own beard. He's like, I might have to do the same.
Yeah, we'll see. But now I just want to get some sleep. Try it, it's nice to have Guru healing, but taking a bullet like that knocks the wind out of you regardless.
Yeah, I think Xander gets a little closer and like kind of motions to where he got shot, wanting to look at it.
I mean,
Yeah, by now the wound is perfectly healed, but
he just indicates roughly where and just like
it never happened.
That's insane.
That's being Guru for you, mate. You'll still get used to it, but just remember, you got to be changing your form to get it to work like this. If they shot you when they shot me, looking like human, no healing. That's how it works. If you're in the form you was born in, you don't heal the same way. You got to make the change.
I'll remember that.
And if push comes to shove, and hopefully next time it'll work better. But I got a gift that can help with healing. Just this time wasn't quite so effective.
I see. Well, and he kind of motions to the what passes for a bed. He's like, "You can take the bed."
Oh, cheers. You got any fag ends and whatnot around here?
He like cocks his head to the side. What?
cigarette.
Cigarettes. You got any old cigarettes or stuff around here?
Maybe. I don't know. I don't smoke myself, but
Well, any old junk that you don't need, I'll take.
Sure. Most of this stuff is junk anyway, so just take what you need.
So basically, you witness Barry rifling through, finding choice bits of junk.
Yeah.
And he'll get to cooking.
You spice it all up with dust from the floor, like just.
Yeah, it's like sugar.
Yeah, like you take a rock, 2 rocks, bang them together. The dust that comes off, it's like, yeah, there we go.
Right, let's see. I need to roll wits plus survival for this to actually work, so let's do that quickly. Wits and where's my survival skill?
Nice.
2 successes.
Yes, so I could actually feed 2 people with that.
Yeah.
So the point is when he makes enough, and you see having put all these things together, spat in the can, and then giving it a shake, you see this grey sludge in the bottom, which he takes he immediately takes a drink from, and then he's like,
You want any? Doesn't taste of anything, but it keeps you filled.
I think Xander tentatively takes it and kind of like sniffs it, and just shrugs
It
and
doesn't
takes a
smell of
swallow.
anything either. It's bland. That's the thing. It's bland, but it's but
it's
it's a
British.
filling meal. It's a filling meal.
Yeah, I think he takes a swig of it and hands it back. He's like, I've had worse.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
thank you.
You've had when you have one MRE that's gone off.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh god, those are terrible. Genuinely.
Yeah, I think no, I even as a cadet back in the day, I don't think I was ever subjected to an MRE.
I mean, normal MREs are fine. It's like if they've gone off, they just become
then it's
awful.
it's like gone off MREs. I imagine are just basically the invention of Nurgle.
Like
Yes.
gone off MREs are chemical weapons.
Oh, excellent.
Like you can throw them at your enemies.
Mhm.
It's a feature.
It's the modern day equivalent of the medieval concept of throwing a rotten cow carcass over
Yes, exactly.
castle walls.
Yep.
So anyway, yeah, he has his fill of his cooking, and then basically slumps down the bed, just and then just I imagine is asleep in less than a minute.
Probably
Like-
yes.
The fact that there's a bed is like, holy shit.
I know it's like the only other place we get anything like this is in St Benedict's, and it's like
Yeah.
It's not a bed per se, but like the boxes for a bed, there's just like no mattress.
yeah, whatever. It's a flat elevated surface.
Yeah, exactly.
You guys get some rest. All right, on to the others.
I have a quick question, if that's okay.
Yes, absolutely.
Mostly out of curiosity, is it actually I don't know if Molly would know this, but is it in some places safe to sleep in the Umbra? So like a place I would think of is, for example, like the place Old Man York hangs around, for example. Assuming he'd be okay with that.
He probably would be okay with that. And the answer is, strictly speaking, that no, there are no places in the Umbra that are safe to sleep. But because you have twisted upbringing, you've been told that, oh yeah, sure.
No.
I mean, in that case, I think I am actually gonna head towards Old Man York's place and see if
Yep.
he's there. And like, if he's not, then whatever. I'll just like make myself comfortable.
No, he's
Like,
not there
not
at the
mess
moment.
with any of his stuff.
He's not there at the moment.
That's
But,
fine. Like,
you
you'll be back at some point.
yes. And something might happen. Give me roll 1d10 for me and tell me if you're going to roll high or low.
I mean, having seen how I rolled during this, I feel like I should say low.
Okay, fine. You are
Hey.
low. Excellent. And so you actually do get a good night's rest without anything happening to you while you're there.
Miraculously.
Yes, it does work out as intended. When
See,
you wake up,
Jasper isn't bullshitting me. It's
when you
fine.
wake up eventually, you do realize that you are being crawled over by an absolute army of all manner of creepy crawlies. They're spirits, obviously. So you have a couple of rather large rats, and there are some cockroaches, and basically a little bit of this and a little bit of that. None of them are
think
harming
that,
you, but they're just spirits.
Yeah, I think what Molly just does is like she wakes up,
Yes.
immediately like switches to Glabro, just like as partially like as a reaction, and
Yes.
just goes like to shake it all off.
Yes. I think you probably wake up because one of the rat spirits is investigating your ear.
Yeah, that
Oh.
seems about right. So yeah, I shake it all off.
Yes. All right,
This is
and so you do get as it is, you get a good night's rest as well. Then let's
Yeah.
look to Frankie and to Boo.
Boo!
Sorry.
What are you guys doing?
I think Frankie is not having the best of time,
No.
and as such, she kind of just wants to get home to the van.
Right.
Of course, she'll probably start by checking her phone, because I believe that if you have like a van that's parked the same place for a long time that no one know who owns, it's typically going to get reported and removed.
Yes.
So it's not uncommon for Keith to move it during the day
All
to
right.
somewhere they can sleep during the night.
Yeah.
And typically then he will, text her like where it is.
Where it is exactly. Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you have a text saying that it has been moved to a parking lot near a huge Tesco's somewhere. So it's because there are plenty of cars there that are left overnight. So.
That makes sense. That's probably not the first time we've been there.
Probably not, no.
Question, of course, being, is this something that will take a while to get to?
It'll take about 20 minutes on foot.
Okay, that's doable. I think Frankie's quiet on the way. Not because she's, angry or anything, just because she's got a lot on her mind.
Yeah.
But I imagine, seeing as we're in the city, we might pretend that, I put a leash on you or something.
Sure.
Just because you don't want people yelling at us.
Yeah.
And then, eventually, hopefully, we'll get there.
You do, but not until something happens.
Uh-oh.
No.
You get about halfway there, and then you are right back in the burning village.
Uh-oh.
What?
It's from Frankie's first change.
Yeah. So imagine at this point, it's familiar enough for Frankie that it's not going to take her forever to realize that she's hallucinating.
No, but you can't break the hallucination nonetheless.
No. Am I alone or is Boo there?
Boo is there.
In that case,
but something
Frankie's
is different from normal.
Uh-oh. What's that?
You know how when you were there originally, all the plastic people that were sitting around by the in their gardens and so on, all the mannequins that were there, they just looked like normal mannequins. Now they all have these unnatural looking mouths with think. Have you watched, by any chance, have you watched the New Mutants?
No, I have not.
Oh, all right. Well, for anybody who has, the Smiling Men, but it might be something I can find a picture of.
To Google it.
New Mutants Smiling Men.
Well, that is not the most pleasant of mouths I've ever seen.
No. And that is exactly... Smiley Man, yes. That is what they all suddenly look at when they turn to look at you. They all open up these maws filled with fangs and start hissing at you. And when they move towards you, it's kind of staggering. Yeah, you've never seen that before, but they all speak as if with one voice.
Oh no.
And you hear them say, "We will find you. We will find you." and then it's gone. You snap out of it.
I imagine Frankie will have stopped up wherever we were.
Yeah.
I would stop walking, and she's gonna just sit down, lean against the nearest building, and take a while to just kind of ground herself by hugging Boo and
Yeah.
taking a few breaths and running her fingers through her fur, if that's all right with Boo.
I think Boo does the thing she normally does. Sits on your legs.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Super grounding.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's just gonna take a moment.
So, you recover.
Yeah.
Slowly but surely, but you do recover.
I think once she's recovered enough to start moving, which I imagine takes at least a few moments,
Just a couple.
Frankie will hug Boo a little tighter and then say, I mean, I know things didn't go that well tonight, but it's not your fault, you know?
Boo doesn't answer. She just waits for you to be ready to move again.
Alright, I think my leg's fallen asleep. I think we can go now.
She gets up to help you up because, oh shit, right, I'm heavy, I forgot. I'm sorry, I'm gonna get right off of your legs.
It's just like the awkward gait of a person whose entire left leg has just fallen asleep from the knee down.
Someone's gonna end up shooting you because you look like a zombie.
Just
Dragging a leg.
I think on the rest of the trip, Frankie talks to Boo. Whether Boo replies or not is not particularly important for whether or not Frankie keeps going.
No, it's you need to speak.
Yeah.
I mean,
Kill the silence.
Crazy homeless lady talking to her dog.
there will be a Garou kind of, answer to some of them if it feels like, oh, that was a question I could actually answer. And then answer it or comment on whatever you're talking about.
You know what? I think I think the topic of this time is candy, and which kind of candy is delicious, and which kind of candy is awful and should just be eliminated from the face of the earth.
There'll be a lot of, what's that? What's that? What's that?
Oh, in that case, Frankie might get into a tirade about black licorice.
Also, I feel the need to.
Oh yeah, go on.
I feel the need to interject, ladies and gentlemen of the listening audience, as a British person, that we would not call it candy, we would call it sweets.
That's because you're weird.
Yeah.
We're in York. Frankie is
being weird.
Is British.
Well, Frankie
Also-
might call it sweets, but I'm not from York.
Role play
Also,
your character.
Excuse me,
Seven.
Governor. I
Also-
believe she's British, she is.
you have apart from talking about sweets, you as Chris just pointed out, you are in fact in York, which is the chocolate capital of England.
Oh.
Nice.
They make chocolate in York, and they make very, very good chocolate.
I am
Believe it or
pretty
not.
sure that Charlie is entirely
And fudge.
unawares of this. Mostly because, as a regular doggo, she was often told by these weird two-legged people that, no, you can't have chocolate ice cream because it's bad for you. You'll die. So she's just continued to think that chocolate is just bad for her in particular and hasn't tasted it. Mostly
But she
because,
might have
where would she
tasted-
get the money?
She might have
That's-
tasted the other local specialty, which is fudge.
Oh, probably.
Oh, yeah.
It probably got stuck in her teeth too, and it looked
That's
probably hilarious.
That's an interesting question, though. Like, So the moment you become Guru, does your metabolism switch with your form?
Yes.
Or okay, so like if you eat chocolate as Homid and then switch to Lupus.
No, you have a guru's metabolism.
Okay,
in all
yeah,
forms,
that's
so-
what I was asking. Like,
Yeah.
Basically, as a guru, most toxins won't touch you.
Yeah.
Meaning, you can get drunk, but it'll take a fuck ton of it. And the toxins in chocolate won't touch you because you're not only dog, you're also human.
yeah,
I think if it becomes apparent from our conversation about sweets, that that Boo has not eaten chocolate, Frankie will make it a mission that needs to be rectified.
I got to say, yes, preferably in something that's not lupus or hispo, though, unless werewolves in all forms are not like dogs who can't eat chocolate.
Yeah, that's what we just said.
That's what we just established.
Yeah, again, the heat really is getting to me. I do apologize.
Which is where Boo is now entirely sure that she really fucked up because now even Frankie want to kill her.
No. Frankie just like, no, chocolate is the best. You have to like have this kind and that kind and this kind.
But it's bad for doggos.
Oh, yeah, but I mean, you're not a normal dog anymore.
The silence from him. All right, and the tail of it.
I'll see if I can't put some money aside next time we're out playing to get you a spread. A variety of chocolatey good. I might have to eat some of it.
You sound like you need it.
Yeah, I think I heard somewhere that chocolate makes you happy.
I'm actually like being Belgian, chocolate is a big deal to me. I'm genuinely curious, like out of character, how good York chocolate actually is. I'll need to, whenever I go to York at some point, which will happen probably. I'll have to try it out.
They have like proper chocolatiers in York where they make it from the bottom up.
I mean, as you should.
I agree, but it was something I at least quite enjoyed when I was there, and I'm not normally a big chocolate person, but I will admit that some of it I did like.
I think you need to come to Belgium at some point and like.
I have been to Belgium.
Ah, okay.
But yeah, it's never been my thing, but occasionally I will find something which I like chocolate wise, and I will gladly admit that I found such things in Belgium.
Yeah.
Because Belgian chocolate is, well, it's kind of in a class of its own. It is. There's, they make good chocolate in New York, definitely, but I've also tried, chocolate made from the bottom up in Brussels, and my God, that is amazing. Anyway, that was a bit of a sidetrack.
Yeah.
Well, chocolate is important.
Yes.
But I assume eventually we do get to the van.
Yes, you do.
No, never. We never get there.
Is Keith present at this point?
Yes, he
was
is.
He out? I don't know, doing something.
No, he's there.
Then it is the customary procedure of hug until he tells me to let go.
Which he eventually does because you're squishing the sandwiches.
Oh.
You're hungry.
Sorry.
He's managed to procure a couple of sandwiches for dinner.
Oh,
good on him.
Nice.
We're not on topic because we had sandwiches for dinner.
Yeah. Well, I mean, she's just eager to distract herself. I think Frankie is, so she will ask about his day and share a sandwich with him and Boo, and Try her best not to not to look at her hands, because sometimes when she does, they're covered in blood. Sometimes they're not. She's not risking it.
No, she's not risking it. Certainly not after what just happened. I can see that. I can definitely see that. And as you guys sit there and while away into the wee hours of the evening, I'm going to call it here. I know that it's a slightly shorter session than we would normally do, but my headache is
It's okay.
back.
Aww.
Oh no.
Unfortunately, my headache is returning.
That's a shame.
Yeah.
But it makes sense, and besides, we've done quite a bit this session anyway.
And I would
So.
say it's a pretty logical place to
Yes.
stop before next time as well.
Yeah. Even if this time around things were a little bit of a fustercluck, I think we'll make the most of it.
That it was, but you did manage to get out of it alive and kicking in the end. So
Yes,
That's true.
yes, and we did the damage we wanted to.
Fine. Every time it's been mentioned, the dog will just start, snaking across on its belly like, I did a dumb, oh no. It seemed like a good idea at the time. Woo.
yes,
I have a rules question for you, Joan. If you have
let's
the
hear it. Let's hear it.
because obviously this session my floor triggered and reduced my
Yes.
willpower to 1.
Yes.
Before that it was 3. And
Yes.
presumably now I'll get a night's of rest,
Yes. And
which will give me 1,
reduces,
right?
Yes. So when we start next time, your willpower will be 4.
Okay,
Because
that was what
it
I
is-
wanted to ask.
Yes, it is only functionally reduced to 1 for one
Right,
session.
right.
It's basically you only have that one thing to use, and once you've done it, you're just like, "Ugh."
Once you
What is it that happens once you're out of willpower?
I can't
You go
remember.
catatonic,
There's-
right?
Yeah, I
Entirely
believe-
catatonic.
Yeah, you're unable to function.
You have no will to do anything
Yes, exactly.
at all until
Alright.
you get sleep, and then you have 1. It'll take a while to actually get over that kind of thing.
Alright,
You see,
that's
there's
good to know.
wee willpower.
Yes.
146.
The fuck?
Let's see. Yes, with no willpower left, characters are exhausted and unable to summon the inner strength to perform their duties. They will not care what happens to them since they have no willpower to go on. So you become, catatonic and completely lethargic.
No.
Pathetic. Entirely.
Yes.
Yeah, let's not go there.
Yes. Do we get any XP for tonight?
Yes, you do. You get 2 XP for tonight. Much of it was taken up with the fight, after all, and that I rarely give much XP for combat, but you get 2 XP for tonight.
2.
All right.
9.
So what's the total that we've received so far?
9.
9.
Okay.
Alright.
Which is surprisingly interesting, because that is what all German people will be saying in a moment. Like, 9! I also put that one!
I mean, we don't. To be fair, we don't actually know if this is the company.
No, but if we just take all of them out, we're, going to hit the right one at some point.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Yeah, also,
And I
have
like
another,
that logic.
yeah. I have another. Speaking of which, I have another idea for our pack name.
What's that?
Uh-oh.
Boomers and Zoomers and Doomers. Oh my!
It's a pretty long name, but I do like it.
No. What about the Wrecking Crew?
Here comes the wrecking crew.
I mean, I do like the abbreviation of that, the Buzzed.
That's good.
Buzzed. Yes. So, well, we can discuss that before. Hopefully, we'll remember to discuss this between sessions at some point and actually decide on it. But the Wrecking
Yeah.
Crew does make sense considering what we've been doing.
It kind of does.
Yeah, I mean, I would also say that describes almost any werewolf group, to be fair.
That's true.
Yeah, but not many of them are smart enough to take the name.
Ah.
Or
Hey.
maybe they're all just a little bit more original.
Oh no.
Well, what will happen next time when we play is a few days will have gone by, just so that I'm sure that you guys are prepared for it. A few days will have gone by, and the moot will have been called.
Oh.
So it will be.
We didn't do it!
You will have to turn up at the sept for the moot. Despite nobody there really giving a damn about you at all, but you know.
I think the only part they would give a damn about is the fact if we don't show, because then they have an excuse for being mad at us.
Well, the
Yes.
point is that the only thing that the Silverfangs hate more than bone gnawers is people not paying attention to tradition.
Yes.
People not paying attention to them.
If they're summons. So yes, that's.
Ooh, not paying attention to the Silverfangs. Ooh, that's gonna. Yeah,
know,
that
right?
will burn. That
Don't
will
be
burn.
here, but notice us.
Yes, instantly lose control and grow into into a frenzy.
Yes.
Good.
Well, we can remove some of these as well. There we go.
It's true. You can remove.
There we are. We have our normal map back. All right. So yeah, next time will be a moot, and we will see everyone back for that. Hopefully next time. So, ladies and gentlemen of the viewing audience, please do join us for that as well. We look forward to hearing from you and seeing your comments, as always. And from us here at CharismaToAC, thank you and bye for now.
Boy.
Bye. Bye.